When we talk about improvisation, what improvisation means is working with the unforeseen. Improviser means unforeseen. That's all. In other words, it's everything that we know. In other words, we're always improvising. It's a condition of being alive. That's been a frame for my music as long as I can remember. So when I came of age and started making musical decisions on my own, I was influenced profoundly by this tradition of improvisation, or by multiple traditions of improvisation, multiple approaches to being in the moment with sound. So these artists whom I mentioned from the AACM, Ruhal Richard Abrams, George Lewis, Roscoe Mitchell, Wadada Leo Smith, have all been pivotal for me in that way. So has Thelonious Monk and Duke Ellington and Bud Powell and Charlie Parker, John Coltrane, Miles Davis, that whole lineage, you know. But I've also tapped into different ways of making music with people who don't self-identify as improvisers, you know. So I find myself collaborating a lot with people who are better known as so-called classical musicians. And in those cases, like when I've collaborated with Brentano String Quartet, or some of the music I've written for Jennifer Coe, or even what I've done with International Contemporary Ensemble, with the project Rade Rade, it's about incorporating moments that are not scripted, that instead have a set of possibilities and asks the musicians to make some choices at that moment, which then pins everybody to that moment, because we don't actually know what's going to happen or when. We don't exactly know how it's going to end or how a given sequence is really going to go. Rather than just reading a script, we really have to listen, and listen in a way that is about structure and about choices and about agency and about direction, you know. So those kinds of choices which engender a certain kind of listening, because everything you do is then in relation to what is happening, what has just happened, what might happen next. Those kinds of moments to me are key to sort of animating these composed works. Like, how do we really get it off the page? You know, how do we get it into the room, into the space we're in? How do we really involve the audience in it in a way that isn't just mere witnessing, you know?